Megan Batoon.
That's me.
As you can see, we're in a different studio.
I can see that.
You know, it's a lot of things happening this summer. I did some traveling, so it's like, and then like I couldn't rebook with Robin Couch, so we had to figure it out. And Robin was busy. I was like, you know what? Fuck that shit.
Yep.
I'm gonna take you to the studio where I record No Chaser. That we're gonna change the chairs up a little bit.
Change the chairs.
So here we are. Do you like this?
I do. I really like it.
Do you like it better than?
Why do we need to compare? I like a vibe.
You do.
So if something is vibing, there's no second choice.
Is this feeling vibey to you?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Remember, I texted you. How long ago would you say I texted you saying, lock it in Friday, 3:30 to 5:30 at a different location? How long ago did I send you that text?
I don't know, maybe like 3 weeks to a month ago?
Well, check that out. So check this out, Megan Batoon. Last night, mind you, I was in Vegas for like 4 hours last night.
Last night?
Literally, bruv.
Oh, you were cooking. What were you doing? You're always doing something. Like I feel like you've cloned yourself and you didn't tell anybody about it because I don't know how you're in like a million places at once.
There's a closet full of me's.
Cool.
They're all just AI, you know what I'm saying? At this point, I've yapped so much. A-ties, gay ties.
Nice.
Nah. So, okay, we'll get into it later. But I was in Vegas last night for literally from like 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., all right?
Okay.
Flew back, took a shower, jerked it, was ready to go to sleep. But then I was like, I should email Denisha, producer, the audio questions we're getting, the speak pipe files, right? I was like, I should email them to her so she kind of knows what's going on, right? I'm like, hey, here's the questions for tomorrow. This was 12:45 last night. Here's the questions for tomorrow. Denisha's like, hey, Tim, haha, I know I'm your favorite producer, but I don't think this is for me. I said, hold on a second. I scrolled through my emails, rapid scroll, looking WTF, confirmation. Oh, shit. I looked at the calendar, texted you, did not actually book it. So then I'm like, oh, Denisha, hey, texted her immediately, went off email, went to the text. Yo, did I not book? She was like, no. I'm like, all right, well, tomorrow, 3:30, 5:30, is it available? She's like, let me check. I'm on the edge of my seat. You know what I'm saying? She's like, it's good to go. I'm like, thank you, book it, please, bang.
Oof.
Here we are.
I thought you were going to say that you accidentally sent her like a sex tape. Like, oh, this is not for me. You're like, well, you don't know that.
Oh, trust me. If I'm sending Denisha sex stuff, it's on purpose, right?
It's specialized.
Yeah. It's her name is written on my penis. But yeah, man, the shit almost didn't. And what a blessing. Yo, because this shit gets booked. And I was like, wow, what a blessing that it didn't get booked because I had a whole schedule for my day. Like I went and got a facial at 1 p.m. I took the kids to the park with Chia in the morning. We got them some lunch. I had a facial at 1 p.m. in Pasadena. I got a bunch of extractions, you know what I'm saying? And then, which is why I might be looking a little splotchy.
I was like, it's a risky move to do right before you're on camera. They tell you to not really see anybody after a facial.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I was, you know, the beauty of being a very transparent person is you can say, hey, I just got a facial if I'm looking fucked up, you know?
Yeah.
So I did that because I just needed it, you know what I'm saying? So did that, and I was like, oh, if this shit gets messed up, it would have been... It would have been okay, but it would have been annoying.
What I like the most about that entire thing is that I didn't know any of it.
Yeah.
The best thing about like any working relationship is like, don't bring the problem unless you're also coming with a solution.
Facts.
So the fact that like I didn't know that anything was awry, loving it.
What do I need to loop you into the mess for if you don't need to be in there? You know what I'm saying? And look, I'm a...
Heard and word
the big bird, busting out a big old turd. I don't need to... I'm a problem solver. I am a caregiver and a taker-over. And a juicy lover, all right? Nice. I don't... If I first of all, I felt like this was my bad. I don't need to stress you out.
It was your bad.
Yeah, it was. It really was. So if I can fix it, I'm gonna fix it.
I love it.
I'm not gonna loop you in unless I feel like I need you to help me fix it. You know?
Here's the question.
Yeah.
When you know that show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Never heard of it. Just kidding.
So you know, in the very end, when they need help and they call somebody.
Phone a friend, yeah.
Yeah, phone a friend. In what circumstance would I be the friend that you would phone?
Let's see.
It's a very specific question.
Etymology.
Etymology.
You like your words and where they come from.
I do.
Choreographer questions.
Yes. I would be the one you call of all choreographer dancers, you know?
Probably, because most of these fools can dance, but they're dumb.
They can only count to 8.
All the dancers are homies, but do they know shit about shit? I don't know.
Cool.
How about you?
Ooh. Well, I was going to say I would maybe ask you a food question, but now I'm kind of dating the chef. So unclear.
Word.
I would call you for business things. Thai-related things.
Thai-related things for sure. Things related to Tim Chantarangsu, I would call you.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
What's funny is when you saying like you would call me for food-related things, like I do like food a lot, but if we talking about technical terms.
Yeah, maybe recommendations. Maybe like I want to go to this place. Where should I go?
Yo, Regis Phil, I'm on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Regis Philbin asked me, what's my favorite Italian place in New York? You're stuck. I'm gonna phone a friend.
Yeah.
But hey, how are you?
How am I?
First of all, you got to give me the update because you said you're now kind of dating the chef boy.
Well, here's
RD.
Here's the thing. Maybe it's not dating. What is dating?
Semantics.
What is dating?
What is dating? I mean, it depends on who you ask. Would you like a little gluck, 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 gluck,
Would you like a gluck, gluck?
JusticeCourt.co. Bang. Bang. This is a fresh bottle. I just broke the seal right now.
Whoa. Nice. You should put something on the cap, like a Snapple. A little Snapple thing.
Yeah, like a little tiny, like a little cup of Snapple on each cap.
No, little like saying. Oh, there's like a cork on it?
Yeah.
Don't say yeah, like I would know that.
I'm saying, yeah, isn't it great?
It's great.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, because, I mean, some people think brandy is like, people always ask me, why are you doing brandy? I feel so fancy because you think like, people always think like, oh, brandy and cigars and like you're in a fucking like lounge, like sipping brandy. But it's like, really, brandy it's just cognac, which is just Hennessy, but like, because Hennessy doesn't have like this like fancy connotation. But it's literally just, not literally, but it's pretty much just cognac with different grapes. You know what I'm saying? Is what I've learned through the whole process. But because it's quote unquote brandy, people are like, oh, you drinking fancy shit? Like, guys, take this, get turned off this shit. Take it to the club. It's also 95 proof. You can get turned so fast.
Hell yeah.
Get you a bottle.
Get you a bottle.
It's really good. What were we talking about?
We were talking about the fact that I'm polyamorous now.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'm just open. I'm open to what is here for me, and I'm staying in place and just like collecting information.
What's here for you currently?
Well, there are 2 potential people, but the thing, and I told both of them, and I was like, I don't want a boyfriend, I want a husband.
Okay, word.
So they know.
And neither got scared off from that?
I know.
Ooh, you are a lucky gal.
I know.
And so, okay, do they know that they're not the only ones, like the only contenders here?
I think both of them know.
Interesting.
One of them knows for sure.
One of them knows for sure. This is exciting. This is spicy.
It is spicy. My life is very interesting right now.
You're in a
the
fun
other
phase.
day,
Yeah.
The other day, I think I'm holding myself differently now.
Cheers.
Cheers. The other day, I'm sitting at a birthday dinner.
Okay.
I'm wearing like a black gown.
All right.
I'm sitting like regal for some reason. I feel older. And I get a drink sent to me for the first time in my life. I'm 34.
What do you mean in your life?
In my life.
You've never had a man at the bar send you a drink?
I don't think so. I think the only time anyone's bought me a drink is like, hey, can I buy you a drink? And like asked me.
Wow.
I'm sitting there with my friends. The server comes up and is like, this is from the Australian. And I was like, who's that?
Because how would you know from looking at somebody? The boy had a fucking Crocodile Dundee hat on.
Yeah, I know, right? I was like, is for me?
Yeah.
And they're like, it's for someone. And I like looked to the girl next to me. I was like, I think this is for you.
Yeah.
And then server was like, no, brunette in the black dress.
Oh, shit.
And we like looked at each other and she had red hair. And I was like, okay.
Okay.
So yeah.
And where was he?
Don't know.
You never saw him?
Didn't even look.
What?
No.
He was sitting there like this.
Yeah.
Fucking licking his lips. He's ready to go. He was ready for you to be like, who's your show? How you going? Good eye. How you going?
Good eye, mate. Good eye, mate.
That's crazy.
I didn't even look. I said, margarita? Okay. And I started drinking it.
You didn't even give up. You're supposed to do like a like a.
Well, how am I supposed to know the protocol?
Well,
This is my first time. They don't teach you that in school.
I guess that's. You don't watch movies? You
Yeah, I guess I don't watch.
You grab the tip of your top hat and you go, "Good day, sir."
I grab my bang and I go,
yeah,
you like a curtsy.
You take your monocle off your eye. You go, oh, where's the Australian?
I take my eye out.
You take your glass eye out, shine it up.
That's why my eyes are sparkling. I have a glass eye.
Dang, that's crazy.
I know.
Good for you. Blessings. Look at you. He felt the aura from across the room.
I know.
Or as Australians would say, aura.
Aura.
Yeah, aura.
You're having an error.
Dang, well, that's dope. And how do you feel now that you have this like real options?
You know, I feel more grounded than I feel like I have in previous like connections.
All right.
Because now that I am so serious about what I want, I'm not making any quick moves. I'm sitting back, I'm receiving, I'm like in my feminine, I'm seeing how they're acting.
Yeah.
How they operate without me. I'm feeling how I feel in my body when I'm with them.
Okay.
How they support me in different ways. And I'm like, okay, well, long term, which one of these do I want to build with?
You're not worried that one of them might be like, I'm not trying to be no option right now. Fuck this shit.
I mean, I think that is always maybe it's not a worry because it's like, oh, if somebody takes themselves out, then they weren't right.
Word, I feel that. Let me ask you this. If you knew that one of your boys also had options, how were you feeling about that?
I think generally and normally I'd be like, I'm not second place, but at being where I'm at right now, I'm like, I get it.
Okay.
Like life is life.
Okay.
And however long this shit lasts, I mean, it's not looking good right now.
To my life? Hey, man, who knows?
For everyone.
I know. Oh,
but it's like, well, that's what I told somebody the other day. I was like, it's another thing that I'm like adding to the list of all the things that I want in a partner. It's like, who do I want to experience the end of the world with?
Facts, yeah.
Like if shit hits the fucking fan.
Yeah.
Who do I want right here?
And has that helped you narrow it down at all?
You know, we're in an exploratory phase.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love your life right now. I think it's so fun. You are in your like Sex in the City. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
You're really just like coming into your own part of your movie, you know?
I know.
It's fun to watch.
I know. I wear like a silk robe every morning.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Cool. If we ever do a live show, we gotta wear silk robes.
Next session, bring your silk robe. I'll bring mine.
What color is yours?
I got a red one.
Okay, red.
But I fucked around.
Ludicrous. Jesus.
Ludicrous. But I fucked around and washed it in the real washing machine.
What do you mean in the real washing
machine? It should have been like a hand wash situation.
Oh, okay.
Like it should have because mine was like, I was traveling to Singapore and we had a layover in Hong Kong and I bought like this like Chinese silk robe. It was beautiful. It's like reds. It was so soft, right? And then I was like, do I really need to special wash this shit? Threw it in the washing machine one day and it does not feel the same at all. You know, I'm kind of like upset about that. But
damn.
Yeah, time to go back to Hong Kong, you know?
Just for that.
How do you wash your robe? I know this is what y'all really want to hear. This is the shit you guys tune in for. How do you wash your silk
I just
robe?
put it in the wash.
Do you?
But then I dry it without being in the dryer.
Maybe that's what fucked it up.
Man, the dryer?
Yeah.
Fucked. The dryer has taken so many straps off of all of my things. I don't even trust it anymore.
Have you been emptying your lint trap?
I have.
All right. Yeah, the dryer does fuck some shit up, man. All right. High, low, stinky hoe. Where you at right now?
The high of my week. Last week I launched a new drop of merch.
Fire
and
get it.
Get it. And finally.
Okay,
this took me so long because I was like trying to like make an entire brand and an empire. And it's like, girl, just put out the shirt.
Just do it.
So I did that and that was exciting. And I think the high is like, I executed something. And then have you ever felt this thing called birthday crash? I call it birthday crash.
Tell me.
But if you have like a really fun party for your birthday, and then the next day you wake up and it's just normal again, you're back to work and you're like, oh, because you had such a spike in dopamine and now
it makes you like sad that you're not there anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anytime like launch day is always a mess in my experience because it's like, oh, the back end isn't working and these people, the shipping address and this, like, it's just like a mess.
Yeah.
So I had like such high adrenaline all day. And then after it was like, okay, now we're good and everything is working now. Okay. And then I was just like, oh, I'm like feeling kind of like down. And then the chef drove up.
Yeah, okay.
He was like, I know how it is, like as a business owner to like feel like that. If I don't want you to feel like that. So he drove an hour and a half and just like cooked the entire weekend.
He said, mon ami, would you like, in my head, French boy is chef.
He's not French, but
Chef boy is French.
Chef boy is French. I like him being French because it's further from the truth.
What did he cook?
Casual duck.
It's just a fucking duck in loafers and a robe.
Yes. A silk, like ratty, like washed and dried robe.
Even a nice Chinese silk robe, just a fucking regular shit.
Yeah, we like went to the Korean market and we were just like anything that was interesting to me, he was like, throw it in the bag.
Fire.
Throw it in the bag. I was like, okay.
The duck had like was it like a crispy skin situation or like
No, he seared it. Ooh. Duck. And also he was like, I was like, oh, okra is interesting. And he was like, great. He like cut he like made, it was just, it's insane.
Interesting.
Like chopsticks, plating, cooking.
Fire. What kind of sauce was the okra in?
He just cooked it in butter maybe.
Okay.
In salt and pepper. It was amazing.
Fire.
I know. And every meal is like plated like a restaurant.
Dang.
I'm like, what?
This man is laying out all his cards right now.
And the thing is, for me specifically, like I have food stuff.
Okay.
Like the travel show that I was on, people would make fun of me because I had a food bag. Did I tell you this?
No.
I like always had a food bag. Like I always need to have food with me. Food is so important. If you pay for a meal, oh my God, that's so important and it makes me feel so taken care of.
Why? I feel like a lot of shit you should have gotten as a young, pretty girl you didn't get. Do people not open doors for you when you were growing up or what?
No, I don't know. I think
because you didn't get no drinks. You get hyped when a man pays for a meal. I feel like this is regular shit, you know? Or maybe that's just because I'm such a good man.
Yeah, well, I do think that you operate on like the higher end of the gentleman spectrum.
I appreciate that. I watch it. Just disgusting.
It's like give you a compliment and then eat immediately like
ugh. You know what it is? I watched a lot of sitcoms growing up. I think that's what it was. And sitcoms give you a lot of like stereotypical shit. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't know, when Eddie Winslow was like going on dates on Family Matters, he's trying to be very like debonair and like opening doors and shit like that. You know, I think that was like ingrained in my head.
I love a door open, and then you hit him with the reverse door open.
Woo! I'm ready to eat a cooch right there in the parking lot.
Fire.
All right. So that was your...
That is my high.
Okay, wow. What's your low?
High.
What's your low? That's a great high.
My low is I'm starting to feel the urge to run away.
Because it's getting too real?
No, I think I get like, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm working a lot.
Yeah.
I'm always on the computer and I'm just like every day, just coffee.
Yeah.
I just feel like I would just like run away to the desert for a little bit.
Oh, okay. So not necessarily anything to do with these dudes, just life in general.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I guess the coolest way that this could work out is like I openly date until I'm like, that is my husband.
Word.
So I hope I'm going to have a boyfriend before a fiance, but like.
And you probably shouldn't run away.
Yeah, I know.
Or you're going to be like, here's the test. I'm going to run away. Let's see who follows me.
Yeah. I just need a little break. That's my low.
I feel it.
Okay, what about you?
No, you didn't hit your...
High, low. Well, I'll get to my stinky hoe in a second.
All right. High, low. I'll tell you this. First of all, immediate high, it was a great day. I got my facial that I've been needing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No pause. And because the facial was right next to a sugarfish, I did a feed sugarfish. Like I had like probably while I was like 5 minutes late.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So the place I go to was right next to a sugarfish. I was like, I got time to sit at the bar real quick. So I like sat down at sugarfish, rattled off a bunch of shit. Give me this, give me this, give me this, give me this. Down some sake and just like literally like I was like, oh shit, I gotta go. Paid for my shit. I still had one item left and just like you hoovered it and then was out. You know what I'm saying? But it was great. I feel great. You know what I'm saying? My face is cleared. I had my sake. I had some delicious sushi. I feel great. Right? I guess you could call it a low, but not really because I don't necessarily care. All right. Last night, as I said, I was in Vegas for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Because I got a last minute bag. The homegirl who works for Culture Kings is like a big like urban hip hop fashion retailer, okay? They got a big store in Vegas and they work with a lot of UFC fighters. And one UFC fighter specifically is a dude named Alex. He was gonna do like a cooking segment, okay? He really wanted to cook a burger versus somebody, but they had to come up with somebody last minute. So my homegirl Monica, she's like, hey, how about Tim, right? So they're like, cool, that's great. I made it work, flew into Vegas at 6 p.m., went to the Culture King shit, cooked this burger with this dude. It was great. Tried to make it entertaining. But here's the I guess you would call it a low. But let me just underline, I don't care. All right.
And that's why we're talking about it now.
If we had to pick a low, this crowd was not my crowd. They did not give a shit who I was, okay? And when I do events, I'm not used to that, okay? So where I walk into the room with this like crowd of people waiting on him, UFC fighter boy,
right?
And it was probably like a couple people were like, hey, Tim. I'm like, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, guys? And then he comes out, roar of like hype, right? And I'm in there, and they did not give a fuck about anything I had to say. Like, they were just cameras on him as he cooked his burger. He's like, what you got over there? I'm like, well, I'm doing this and this and that. And they're like, and the guy that kind of hosting it was like, what do y'all think of Tim's burger? They're like, boo!
Oh my God.
Hype it up, cheering dude's burger, literally booing my burger.
Ooh, have you ever gotten booed before?
Yeah, but nothing like serious. And like, look, even this shit wasn't serious.
Yeah, it's playful booing, but still.
So I'm there. I'm like. I'm making this little like burger with sriracha and Kewpie mayo, and I put some kimchi on there and a fried egg. Okay. Delicious shit, right?
Let's go.
But these fools, like, I don't know, a lot of basic ass taste buds in the audience. They was like, that looks like dog food. These fools just like talking shit. I'm like, y'all got basic ass taste buds. I'm yelling at the audience and shit, right? But just trying to make it fun, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like if I had to pick a quote unquote low.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was just kind of like, oh shit, these people do not care. Right. But I also don't care. I just want to make sure y'all know that. It was fun. It was a half hour. I got a nice bag for that. Got a nice dinner with the homies in Vegas. Flew back at 10 p.m. Went to sleep.
I'm trying to get a nice bag.
That is all. And as you said earlier, right? You're like, yo, Tim, I feel like you're always doing something.
You are.
It's because I'm just chasing the bag.
Chasing the bag.
Chasing the little bags if I can, just to pay this tuition and pay for these diapers, you know?
Damn.
If I can get in, get out, that's ideal. At first I was like, oh damn, I gotta spend a night in Vegas. And Benji was like, let's just come back the same night. I was like, okay, lit.
It sounds just like Benji.
Yeah, you know.
You know.
So, and let's see, if we talking about, high ho, high low, stinky hoes. What is a stinky hoe supposed to be again?
It's like something that is unexpected or a wrench in your week, or like, oh, that was weird.
A wrench in my week, something crazy and weird. I don't know.
I don't think I have anything weird either.
Yeah. Meh. There's something. I'll tell you this. Y'all know I never talk about my daughter, but I'm gonna bring her up this time. Something that threw me off, because her brain, a 4-year-old's brain is so interesting, right? Because everything is new and they're so perceptive and they want to know everything. So they'll say shit that you've never thought about before, but it's very basic yet profound, okay? So we're listening to heads, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. She's been singing this song since she was 2 years old, right?
A classic.
But she stops and she's like, how come they don't sing about the arms? And I was like, good fucking question, baby girl. Well, I didn't say that. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know. I have no answer for you. I don't know why they wouldn't sing about the arms. Elbows? Elbows matter as much as knees.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
know.
elbows are the knees of the arm.
They skip the whole midsection.
Knees and toes.
Head, shoulders, skip the whole shit, knees and toes. Why don't they sing about the arms?
Yeah. And who wrote this?
Some dude with whack ass elbows, probably. Ashy ass.
Let's just skip over those. We don't know.
Yeah, don't look. Like, dude, we're at the pool. Why are you in a sweater? Don't worry about it. Just listen to my song. So that's it.
Cool.
Should we answer some questions?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hey, what's up, Megan and Tim? You guys answered one of my questions before about me and my ex, and gave some really funny Justin Timberlake puns, and that really made my day. I really appreciate it, guys. Anyway, I was just wondering if you guys ever did anything petty after when your ex broke up. Basically, I tried to get back with my ex and gave her tulips and a birthday card for her birthday, and she led me on. And then the next couple of days after, she was like, "Oh, we need to move on." And then blocked me on Instagram. But I forgot I was logged into her Netflix, so I changed her name to Ho, changed her profile pic to an orangutan, and watched a bunch of random shit like Anyone But You, and It Ends With Us. Anyway, I thought it was kind of funny. I just wanted to give you an update.
Hilarious. I'm going to say this, just to start it off. I do think that's hilarious.
You do.
I do think it's funny, but I also don't think that after he sent the tulips on her birthday after they broke up, I don't think she was leading you on. I don't know. When he said she led me on and then the next day was like, hey, blocked me. I want to know what made him feel like she was leading him on. You know what I'm saying? Because it's, to me, from what the information we have, it sounds like we broke up. I sent her flowers.
Right.
Maybe she was like, oh, thank you. And then was like, what the fuck, bro? You're creeping me out. Block. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know what she said to make him think, oh, she was leading me on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The block came out of nowhere after the tulips.
That's what how he's making it sound.
Here's the thing about if anyone's blocking you, that's because they care. I've never blocked someone that I didn't care about.
Interesting.
And I've never been blocked by someone that was just like, whatever. Like if there's somebody's heartbroken, instant block.
I see.
But like if I don't give a shit, I'll mute you.
Oh, who cares? Like just watch my shit. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the block is, well, unless she really feels like maybe you're doing too much. Like
there's that. Well, how about you, Megan? Never did anything petty after a breakup?
Petty. I'm sure I have when I was like much younger.
Yeah.
But now I don't think there's. I had one boyfriend I broke up with. It took like 5 hours. It was a whole thing. Woo. It was like every stage of grief.
Yeah. And were you guys in the same room? Or
yes.
Oh.
And I was like consoling him, but then also talking through it. And then he left and I never saw him or heard from him again.
Dang.
I was like, that is the best way.
Let's look him up.
I mean, aside from like the tantrum that happened in the immediate sense.
Who was tantruming, you or him?
Him.
Right.
Yeah.
That's let's find his information and see how
Let's find his information.
Send him a DM. Hey, I'm still thinking about you.
No way. No, I've never done anything petty. Have you?
No, I think I've done the opposite. Well, partly because, and this is not a brag, but I've never I've never had my heart broken.
Ever?
Ever.
That shit's still intact?
It's pretty, maybe that's why I'm so happy all the time. It's just full and pumping all the time.
That's so cool for you.
Just there's no damage. No, there's a little bit of damage, but like nothing crazy.
Cool.
So I've never felt the need to really be petty like that.
Yeah.
To the point where reverse, I feel like I have dumped.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw that my ex was still using my Netflix like a year later, I was like, I'll let it rock.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Keep using my Netflix. I'm not tripping. You know what I'm saying? Until finally one day I was like, all right, I booted her off the shit. But like I didn't, I was like, fine. So I'm just such a good person.
I'm just such a good person. Let's say the same word on 3. Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Shirt.
Coffee. Are we playing the game?
No.
Let's do it.
You want to play Mind Meld?
Yeah.
All right.
Are we going to start over or are we going to go with what we just did?
Let's start over.
Okay. I'm going to get mentally prepared. All right.
Okay. The next advice is going to be so good.
Yeah, because we're going to just be on the same page. Okay. Ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Shoe.
Boat. Boat and shoe.
Yeah. Okay.
One. This is not.
No.
If you did this, I would scream.
Hold on. I
Boat and shoe. It can be a proper noun.
don't. No more hints. Well, all right. Hold on. Nope. It's not gonna go. 1, 2, 3. Flippers.
Oh, I was gonna say sandal.
That's so funny because I had the Sperry's in my head, but I couldn't think of what they were called. And I was like, it's not gonna go. Okay, flippers.
It would have been perfect.
You said
because Sperry is a boat shoe.
I know that. Sperry, flippers.
And Sperry and flippers.
I said flipper.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Man. All right. I don't know. Okay, here we go.
1, 2, 3. Slip
Deck.
on. Slip on deck.
Stop trying to give me hints.
Slip on deck.
Slip on deck. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Mop.
Drunk? Okay, fine. Drunk and mop. Get up here.
What?
Drunk and mop. We got this.
Why? You're looking at me like you know what it's gonna be.
Well, you have to because
Okay.
it's drunk and mop.
Drunk and mop. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Slip.
Throw up?
Ah, damn.
Yeah, you should go to jail for that.
Slip, throw up. Fuck. All right, you know what? Next question.
Hey, Megan, Tim, love the pod.
Are you okay,
love
buddy?
Y'all's journey. My dilemma and question is what direction I should take my dating life. I'm 27 from Houston, just moved to LA as a travel PT. I feel like I put myself out there a lot. I'm on all the dating apps, sliding the DMs. Don't go out much outside of solo dates, eating, sports, hanging with friends when I was in Texas. I'm like half introvert, half extrovert. I feel like I've built up a good life, good profile on social media. I guess a problem that looks a little red flag-like is that maybe I follow too many people. But at the same time, I tell people I don't know how I would have met them if I didn't follow them randomly. So not sure if I need to hit a reset button, try something different, or just wait for the ball to drop. Would love to hear y'all's opinion about how I should go about that, if y'all would try anything in this day and age with dating, because ghosting culture is pretty prevalent. I feel like I haven't had a lot of success. I've even shot my shot at Megan's DMs. So, wherever y'all can help, I appreciate it. Thanks.
What is a PT?
Physical therapist.
Oh, okay. So this guy must be in good shape, potentially.
Well, I think it's about the like agility and movement and mobility more so than like working out.
Okay, from Houston, in LA, physical therapist, introvert, extrovert. He's on all the dating apps. I'm having trouble pinpointing what could be the issue, all right? Because I feel like if you look good on paper, then dating apps should be easy work. Because it's like you have a resume that you can put on blast for people to see. You got your best pictures. You got fucking everything that you would think would sound good. So why are you having trouble meeting people?
I mean, dating apps in general, I think, are hard.
Please tell me, because I've never experienced it.
I know. I haven't been on one in a while, but like, yeah, everything on paper that would work, because then you're like, oh, perfect. But it's like half these people don't even respond. Like I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like we can rebrand dating apps.
Okay.
I feel like we could do something better.
What would you change?
I'm going to change the question. And it's going And the question is now going to be, what would your dating app be if you made it? And we can answer this together. What do things like actually matter? What if it was like, first of all, it's a quiz. It's not a set up your profile. It's a quiz.
Here's what, right off the bat, here's one thing I would do. Instead of like, what are your hobbies? Or maybe just in addition to, I would want to see like list like your 5 favorite movies or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Totally.
have that as a, show me what you like to watch.
Yes.
Because that really shows me a lot about somebody.
Totally.
And I think that's such an easy jumping point for conversation.
Wait.
Too. Please.
What if the dating app is called Top 5?
Whew. And it's like, the connection is all about your, like, how you categorize fucking, I don't know, movies, albums, TV
Exactly.
shows. That's fire.
Yeah, and then the algorithm like puts you with people that think that you would like go together.
I just got the chill.
And you don't know anything about each other except for your tastes in movies, TV shows, food.
Well, you got to see each other.
Oh, yeah. Well, you get 5 pictures.
Okay, bet.
Your top 5 pictures.
Bet. I thought you were saying it's going only off of the list.
No.
Right.
But I mean, you can't be like, oh, I'm 6'4" and I'm INFJ. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, what do you like to eat? What do you...
I think that's fire.
That's sick.
I think that's great. Because
Yeah.
it also like helps eliminate what a lot of people don't like is like the small talk aspect of dating, right? Because now you're taking that, you're putting all the really like surface level, easy to talk about shit right in the forefront. So
I know.
you can be like, oh shit, like now the initial DMs aren't like pressure to make a joke, but it's like you can quote the movie at each other.
Yeah,
You know
and
what I'm saying?
connect on something. Or
Yeah.
like top 5 things that I like to talk about.
Yeah.
So then you're like, oh, I just pick one of these. Like you're just making it way easier.
But
to
is that
connect.
too much of a cheat code? If I go to your shit and I love to talk about choreography, duck, fucking Queen.
That's great.
No, but now I know. Now, how do you know that what I'm saying is genuine? I could have went and Googled Queen
right.
and been like, "Oh, Bohemian Rhapsody, huh?"
Right.
And now it's like I've hacked into your mainframe.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
true. That's true.
Yeah. So I think that's fire. Where like you pick your shit, and then some algorithm suggests, "Oh, look at this person who has so many of your similar interests." You know, that is great.
That's cool.
I think, okay, don't do that. Okay, so that brings me back to this guy.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Anyway, the show.
What we try to do sometimes. Honestly, man, immediately from what he said to me, as far as suggestions, right? He said he doesn't really like to go out, but he does like to watch sports, okay? And I feel like everybody complains about dating apps, right? And, you know, I haven't dated or been on an app or tried to be out there in a long time, but I think, you know, a lot of people maybe forgot what it's like to go out and try to holler at somebody in real life. Because, yeah, it's a lot of pressure. It's difficult, right? But if you're somebody that likes sports, you like kicking it with the homies, and you're out in LA, go to a bar where there's a big game going on and be in that social scene. Watch the game with a whole bunch of people, and I think you automatically have an easy way to meet new people where you're all bonding over one common interest. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but I feel like if he's hetero, a lot of girls aren't going to be at the sports bar single.
Except for the cool ones.
Okay.
Maybe the one he's looking for. And he's like, oi, 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 tell that girl I'm Australian.
Yeah.
Send her out a lager. And I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure out options for this guy because, like I said, he sounds good on paper.
You know, here's what I think the best place to pick somebody up is.
Yeah.
The grocery store.
Always.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I'm married, but Whole Foods be having baddies. It's crazy.
I've never been into an Erewhon, but I can only imagine.
I don't know, man. I think I don't think I'd want to pick up somebody at Erewhon.
I know. You're like, how much for your phone number? Oh my gosh.
Would you like some more?
I would always like more.
You know, and I appreciate that about you, Megan Mattoon. Yeah, I think, I don't know, man.
Dating so hard.
My immediate thought is, are you the problem, sir?
Just always saying that people are the problem if they can't find someone.
I just, in my head, I'm like, he's like, yeah, ghosting culture and like apps are stupid and you can't meet anybody. And like, you know, I have this career and this and that. But it's like, why are people so comfortable ghosting you? Like, do you get weird in the DMs? Like, are you texting too much the day of? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you've been through the whole process of talking to somebody on an app and you're set up to go somewhere, meet up, I don't know where you're at, and then for some reason, the day of, they ghost you. Like, maybe, are you coming on too strong? Are you sending one too many texts? Are you sending fucking selfies? Girls don't like that when you send selfies, unless they're like, hey, send me a selfie.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, man.
I don't really like a selfie.
Girls don't really like that.
Like, show me what you're doing. Show me what you're making. What are you creating?
I feel like girls I know would like rather get a dick pic than a selfie of like, just left the gym. Smiling.
Yeah. I mean, I would take like a to-do list, a completed to-do list over a dick pic or a selfie.
Yeah.
Good graces.
Yeah. Or do this. Combine the dick pic with the selfie. Get it done from down here.
Yeah, and the to-do list.
Yeah, the list right here. Here's my plan for the day.
And that's why you get blocked. You're like, it's fucking
The guy's
crazy.
like, that's what I've been doing. What do you mean? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm trying to help you, but I just wish I knew. Look, I think even if you're a weirdo, I think that there's someone for everybody. And that's gonna boil down to, you just gotta put yourself out there a little more.
I know. I think in my experience, the only the last 2 or 3, maybe even 4 people that I've dated have been because I went to a friend's house. So just meet people at friends' places that you like.
Yeah.
And if the friends are in the same friend group, then you already have something in common.
Even if you're, because even if you're somebody who, I don't know, people think you're quote unquote weird, if you're with your weird friends, then, and look, and mind you, I'm not trying to shame anybody. People have called me weird my entire life.
Yes,
okay?
we are weird.
Yeah. We happen to be able to, like, we're good at covering it with like somewhat like coolness, quote unquote, but we're fucking weird. Okay. So if you're with your weird ass friends and they're inviting their weird ass friends and you're in a house full of weird people, you're gonna make some type of connection. Yeah. Hopefully, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
So I guess start saying yes.
Start saying yes
to your friends more.
Just leave the house. Leave a house.
Leave a house.
Leave a house. Go touch some grass.
Leave a house
with somebody. Maybe.
Maybe.
Hope that helped. Okay, here we go. Same word on 3. Harry, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Pillow.
Plant.
Whoa. Pillow and plant?
Pillow and plant. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Cotton. We were there. You were about to say silk. I feel that. Silk.
So silk and cotton?
Silk, cotton. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Fabric?
Polyester. God damn it. So close. Here we go. Polyester. Fabric. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Threads.
Fake threads.
Fake threads. Oh, wait a second.
Fake threads.
Fake threads. It's not gonna work.
Wait, what's the word for this? Okay, fake threads.
I don't know. You're looking at me like you're thinking a thing, and I'm not.
I don't
know if I'm thinking the thing.
Fake threads.
Fake threads.
Fake threads.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Bootleg.
Costume. Fuck.
Bootleg costume.
Bootleg costume.
What the heck was that gonna be?
Okay, first thing that comes to your mind. Bootleg costume. 1, 2, 3. Halloween.
Ooh,
Next question.
Next question.
Hi, guys. So I'm a big fan of both of you. I am especially a fan of Megan, just seeing the different avenues you've gotten into throughout your career. I am a graphic designer and former aspiring interior designer, so I love seeing everything that you've done throughout the years. I recently just quit my warehouse job after 10 plus years. I hit a mental wall like 3 times throughout those 10 years. And I finally just realized that I need to start being true to myself creatively and stop putting that on the back burner. So I'm trying to do a blend of working on my film-based podcast, and also I'm trying to get into entry-level work. So I was just saying, if you guys have any advice into getting into entry-level work within the entertainment business. Thank you.
Ooh.
I feel like this is you can relate to this question.
Getting entry level work in entertainment.
No, hitting a wall.
Hitting a wall. Bro, I hit a wall almost every week. Like I'm like a Roomba that lost its Wi-Fi connection.
Fire.
I'm just like,
That was great.
yeah, hitting a wall. And I'm starting to feel it again. That's why I was like, oh, I want to run away to the desert. That's the same thing that I felt with burnout. Like when I'm just like, oh, this is so much.
Yeah.
I just want to like lay in the sun. Can I do that for work?
Little lizard.
Little lizard.
I guess you could, but also, I mean, but then, you know, then people be trying to buy feed pictures all the time, and
Maybe it's time for that.
should we do it? We should do a thanks for tipping feet calendar, okay? But with every picture of your feet comes a picture of my feet, too. Just right next to it.
Just 1 foot is mine and 1 foot is yours, and they're crossed like this. Like different backgrounds every time. It's like the beach, stars.
But then, and sometimes we'll throw them off, and we'll like paint my toes.
Yeah.
Ah, man. Okay. Well, okay. The real question, right, is getting entry level work in the entertainment business. Is that what she's trying to do?
Yes.
And by entry level work, what she mean? Like she's trying to be an intern, PA, some shit?
I think anything that gets your foot in the door to anything creative, because she was like wanting to get back into her creativity. She mentioned a podcast. So yeah, I think like interning for sure.
All right, man.
Assistant work.
Let's do it. Let's get real fucking industry with this shit, huh?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think some of the easiest ways to do it is, it helps to see who you know that is maybe already working on something, and then being like, hey, if you need an intern, you need someone to help get whatever, because there's always a need for that. But you have to remember, of course, when you do that, pay is gonna be terrible. Like you know you're gonna have to work your way up. You know what I'm saying? Because and that's possible. Like I know a girl who, like, I did a terrible movie in Texas, and there was a girl who was basically just running, getting coffee and shit. But I think through her different connections, ended up moving to LA, and now she's like a whole ass like influencer, you know? And there's the thing about it is there's like so much opportunity, especially in LA, to get into shit like that, because they're gonna need somebody to help. Yeah. Right? When you've been on productions for stuff, or when you're like around, I don't know, people who are like trying to work with you, what would you say is the easiest way to get a job with Megan Batoon? Because you've had like assistants and like shit like that, right?
All the assistants I've had were like, I put out a listing, essentially, like with like a career headhunter. So like I've never hired someone just because like we vibed, which is kind of maybe what I'll do next. Like after burnout and coming back, it's like I only want to work with people that I like, that love what they do. And so I'm like, if we're already in the same space and we connect by ourselves without even like work onto it, then like, here we go. We might have something here.
That's facts. And I'll tell you this too. There's something in like shooting your shot really is important, okay? Because like I don't normally work with people that I don't know, right? But my assistant now, who I don't really like use too often, it's just kind of like when I feel like I need somebody to help me. She's somebody I met at a fucking random ass event. Cool. We follow each other on Instagram, like just because she was cool, and she was like, I've been such a fan of blah blah blah, and she also was doing her own thing, and you got those people you follow on Instagram that you don't like talk to, but you just kind of you're IG buddies, right? Yeah. One day randomly, she was just like, hey man, if you ever need an assistant, I'd love to blah 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 blah, and I'm like, you know what? could need some help at this thing.
I know. I think a cold reach out is really good. I had someone like find my personal email a couple years ago, another like interior design student, and was like, I'm looking for an internship, like sent an amazing message of like how they followed me through my career and the different avenues, very similar to this question, and then like sent the portfolio. And
Yes.
like, I was like, I wasn't looking for an assistant at the time, but every like 6 months, because I keep on pushing it up to the top of my inbox because I'm like, I'll get there sometime.
Yeah.
That girl's the first person on my radar.
Facts.
Yeah.
And you know what people fuck up with? I hate an email that is trying to work and they have no like
Proof
of anything.
Yes.
Right? When it's just like, hey, I'd love to do this for you, but it's like, you know, or when someone's like, hey, would you like to come on my podcast? But there's no link to anything. There's no fucking like, there's no example of an episode. I immediately just delete. I don't even acknowledge that shit, right? But for example, there was a guy that randomly was like, hey man, I like make tailored suits. Shout out to Milo Andres. This dude slid in my email, my business email. Was like, I do like fitted suits. I would love to do a suit for you, blah, blah, blah. Had a link to his website, had some shit for me to look at.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool, I can rock with this.
Yeah.
I eventually was like, yeah, cool, let's do it. Let's do a suit. I ended up hiring him to do all my suits for my wedding.
Sick.
As a result, he did all the suits for Super Ego's wedding, for fucking PD Flow. Like, and because of that, because he sent a good email.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, okay, cool, I see what you can do and I'm down. A lot of people are just bad at emailing.
I know. I think having something to look at is really important. One of my business partnerships, like I didn't even really know this person before I got into business with them. She sent an email and like was like trying to get a hold of me like on text and calls, but I was just like, I'm not like, basically if there's no $sign, I'm not looking at it. So when she emails me with like an entire deck of here's the creative pitch and here's some comps of different businesses that are similar. And I was like, oh, this is great. Yeah, having somebody that has put in effort to be like, this is what you need to know about me and this is what I'm coming with. That is so important. If you're like cold calling anyone in the entertainment business, to be like, this is what I can do. Here's some examples. Make it easy to look at. Throw that shit on Canva. Like, get a visual together.
Canva's so easy to use. And I'm gonna say this too.
It's so good.
If we talking about not even emailing, just DMing. And look, I don't know how this sounds, but like if you're DMing me to work and you have like a shitty default, if like it's like a fucking, I don't know, grainy, lighting is terrible, picture of like cheese or some shit, I'm not interested in clicking further and exploring what you got going on. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like at the very least, get some good lighting on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Get a decent something.
Get a decent something.
So I'm interested in exploring what you got going on over there. Or else I'm just like, meh.
I know.
You know? I think that was good advice.
I do too. I think it's time for me to get someone on my team.
Really? Are you feeling swamped?
No, the reverse. I feel like I just need someone to be like, this is what's happening. It was like, oh, like if I'm like, oh, because I can think of like big picture ideas or like I've got grand visions, but it's like I get in my own way all the time of just like second guessing myself and perfectionism. So if somebody is like, hey, this is the deadline, get this done. And we're putting it up here. Like if I didn't have like control, well, no, because I'm like, I like having the control. But if they're like, hey, we're doing a 4-episode series.
You need like a showrunner for your life.
Yes, or at least the channel.
Yeah.
Showrunner would be actually a really good thing.
I always like to think that I'm really good with my scheduling and shit. But look, last night, that was almost all bad.
You're generally good.
I'm pretty fucking good. Like as far as scatterbrained as I can come off, as far as like scheduling, getting shit figured out, like when it needs to be figured out, I'll be killing that shit.
Killing that shit.
People don't realize, okay? Let's try and get one more word before we close this out. Ready?
One more word?
Yeah, we're gonna get it.
We didn't get any word to begin with.
Let's get one.
Oh, my word, annoying.
Okay.
My word, disappointed.
Please. I don't like the energy you're sending my way. All right? I'm ready to just cut this episode off.
Okay.
Hey.
That's like, I brought you in this world, I can take you out energy. You ever say that to your kids?
Not yet.
I've got that a lot.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Queen.
Sleep and queen.
Okay. Are you ready? Are we locked
I
in?
am ready.
Are we locked in? 1, 2, 3.
Mattress.
Thank y'all for watching. Thanks for tipping.
Send us a question at speakpipe.com/thanks for tipping.
Make sure you pick up some of her merch. It's super dope.
It is. And Jester's Court. You already know.
Megan, thanks for tipping.
Tim, thanks for tipping.
Thank y'all for watching.
See you next time.
Bye.